Good morning, and welcome to the Keystone Western podcast. My name is Pedro, your host and producer. This is the show where we talk about trucking and transportation industry through stories, challenges, and innovations. Each week, we chat with industry veterans, rising professionals, and experts on topics from career advice to mental health and fitness. Whether you are a driver, curious about trucking, or just looking for inspiring stories, we've got you covered. Let's get started. Joining me on today's episode is someone who keeps a yard running smoothly, ensuring loads are transferred efficiently and everything in our yard stays in top shape. I'm excited to welcome our yard manager, Mr. Bill Voth. Great to have you on.
Nice to be here.
Awesome. So, how are you doing today?
Doing very well.
Yeah?
Excellent. Yep.
You have a windy day today, so I'm not
sure. Very windy day today. Yep.
Yeah. Typical day in Manitoba.
Typical day, yep. Manitoba, for sure.
Yeah. Good thing it's not minus 30 though.
Yeah, that was a few days ago.
Yeah.
So we're doing quite better. Well, yeah. It'll get better yet, though.
Yeah. What was it, like a week or two ago? We had minus 30, minus 40, and now it was like zero.
Zero. Yep.
That doesn't suck.
Nope, it does not.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started. How did you get started in the trucking industry?
I got started back, many years ago. Probably almost 30 years ago. Me and my younger brother, lived in Edmonton, Alberta at that time. And we moved from Edmonton to Winnipeg. And we rented a bigger truck than what we're used to driving. Mm-hmm. And we kind of thought to ourselves, well, maybe we could get to drive a truck like this. And sure enough, after we got back to Manitoba, it took us a couple months. And then got our class ones. And then from there on, just drive truck.
When was that?
Oh, this is back in 90, I'm going to say, I think I got my class one in the end of 96, okay. 1996, yeah.
So what did it take back then to get your class one?
It cost me just under $1,000. Okay. And I had to go to what was called Free Eagle at that time. And
they were in Blumenart, right?
Yeah, in Blumenart. And a single cab truck with a 20-foot trailer, single axle. It's the easiest thing you could ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was great. And I still managed to fail the first time because I hit the curb.
Oh, yeah.
But I was nervous, so and then the second time I went, like, peanuts, no problem.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I forgot when I did it, if I failed the first time.
Oh, yeah?
I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. Anyhow, but that's the thing, right? Like, when you go for that test, like, you practice many times, but then you're so nervous because the instructor's sitting beside you and just having his book and writing it down.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing their job, right?
That's correct, yeah.
If their job is to make you nervous.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, how much training did it take back then?
I did evenings while I was, like, I worked my regular job, and then I did it in the evenings, just drove for an hour to 2 hours in evenings, so maybe a week to 2 weeks, I think. Okay. And then I went and did my test and my air brakes, and so that was a pass right away. Yeah. And then I did my driving. Second try, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It was easy because I grew up on kind of a farm, so you drove all sorts of vehicles, bigger vehicles that, get used to it.
So you were quite familiar with that already?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how did you get started with Keystone Western?
I was living in Edmonton, Alberta at the time, and I got laid off from my seasonal job there. And my brother Jake, which drives here, was an owner-op, says, just come back to Manitoba, and then I'll see if Norm will give you a job. And sure enough. So I came back. I was back for maybe a week to 2 weeks, and then I got hired on as a city driver.
Okay.
As a city driver, so I just drove city truck for 3 years, and then I got asked to come into the yard to be the yard manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do long distance before?
Nope. With Keystone?
Or like?
I did with a PBX.
Oh, okay.
I did a couple of trips with them, yeah.
Okay. So then Keystone, you came as a city driver.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what would be some challenges that you feel like you had to overcome in your role, like especially as a yard manager, because you deal with people a lot. You deal with a lot of ideas and a lot of different things.
There's dealing with the drivers. Sometimes there's a language barrier. That can be, but I'm pretty easygoing, so I can figure it out pretty quick. Sometimes working with people that have a totally different attitude, sometimes you just have to be patient with them, and sometimes it can be a challenge because they have very different ideas than I do, let's per se. But it all worked out. It worked out very well.
Okay.
No issues. And there's ups and downs,
Yeah.
just like any other job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel like? What's a good way to overcome the challenge? Like when especially if there's like a different ideas and.
Oh well, you just listen to what the other person has to say, and then you at the end when you listen to them, and you just communicate. Is a huge thing, right? So you come to an agreement, and then if it's I like what it is, then we go with it, right?
Okay. If not, we discuss further.
That's right. We do more discussing. That's right.
Or agree to disagree.
That's agree. Yep.
Can you share a highlight from your time in the industry?
Just at Keystone or as a driver, period?
In general, period.
Oh, man. I started, let's say 96. Of course, when you're driving, it's a new thing. You're driving different, like in the United States. It's always, back then it was by map. It was not by phones and, you could have everything on your GPS. Oh, there was no such thing. So you're learning and you got a phone, all the right places. That was always a little bit, it could be a bit of a not depressing, but challenge, yeah. Your nerves are, at the edge. It's like, hopefully you do the right, and hopefully they give you the right directions to get to where you need to be, because I'm going totally on what this guy's telling me where I need to go, and in a totally strange country, right?
Yeah.
Where I've never been to that certain spot. So you learn, now it's easy. It's GPS.
Yeah. And you can Google a lot of
Google. Oh, yes.
Right?
That's what I usually did. Later on, once the phones and whatever came out, and you just Google it where you want to go, and boom.
Yeah. Check your atlas for truck routes. See if I'm allowed to go there with the big
yes.
truck.
And then you phone the customer to make sure it's like, hey, look, come in with a big truck, which is the best route to get into this certain spot.
Yeah, because most customers, they're generally, because they deal with that every day.
Yeah.
And if you ask them, hey, what's the best way to come in, and
they'll tell you.
Generally speaking, right? Not everybody, but
not everybody, no.
Generally speaking. Okay. Yeah. How about city driving?
City driving.
What's your highlight from doing city work?
Boy.
I feel like that's challenging. I've never done it, so.
It can be. It depends where you send you. Sometimes you send you to a place where it is almost impossible to back in. You got a blind side sometimes. And in the city, one example, I had to back across Portage Ave. Like I took up every lane, but they blocked it for me, so I could back in on a side street to offload a product for elevators, right? And that was great. I loved that. People had to stop, had to block the whole road, right?
So it was just cars or civilians?
Yeah, just cars and stuff. Yeah, and you have to be careful when you drive, because there's always some certain kind of people that just they don't obey the rules, right? So you have to be careful. You don't drive them over or whatever the case may be.
Or they're not paying attention.
Yep, they're not paying attention.
That seems to be a big thing, especially nowadays. Phones are great. I've used.
Oh yeah,
they're very helpful, but it can be distracting, right? If you're walking, especially in a city, or like walking or driving anyway, it can be dangerous, right?
Yeah, you have to always be careful. You're always looking, even for other people, because you don't know if this guy's going to cut in front of you or whatever the case. Or when you turn your corner, some guy squeezes in beside you. It's like, well, now I can't make my turn because he's right there, right? So it's always, you got to watch every area where you're driving. You got to be careful, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Got to be there's a reason why we're professional drivers, right?
Exactly.
You got to be a professional. You also usually have to watch out for the other driver too, for the other car, right?
Yeah, there's been close calls, but always prepared.
Yeah, pay attention.
Oh yes.
Scanning the areas.
Constantly. I'm always looking up ahead. If I see brake lights go on, well, it's time to slow down.
There's something going on, right?
Something's going on. Correct.
Yeah. Well, which you would completely miss if you're on your phone or just kind of looking in front of you.
1 second,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like in training, it's something we tell drivers. Like it's important. Like you the best option is to look a little further, and with that you will see your surroundings. But you go back and forth. Like you monitor your mirrors and.
Oh yeah, all the time.
But you always want to keep an eye out on what's way up ahead,
always,
right?
Yeah.
right? So
Oh yeah.
idle time, that's what we call
Oh
it.
yeah,
So. And
Yeah.
it takes a few seconds for your brain to register if there's something going on, right?
Oh yes,
So,
it does. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So speaking of highlights, somebody told me that you have a pretty big highlight being part of Keystone Western for about 10 years now.
10 years. Been here just over 10 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what we like to do around here? If somebody's been here for 10 years,
Oh yeah.
you get a trophy.
I
You
get
can
a
put it up
trophy.
on your wall.
This is for me.
Yes, sir.
Whoo! Thank you. Well, it's got some weight to it.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
gonna
my
like,
goodness.
even today.
Look at that. That's nice.
Like even today with that wind, it's not gonna blow away.
All right. Is it glued on? Good. It's got to make sure it's secure, right?
Yeah, it's safe.
Oh, this is awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, you are. Well, thank you for you know,
Oh yeah.
for all your years of commitment to Keystone
Yes,
Western.
absolutely. Yeah.
And you know, just dealing with the things that you need to deal every day and get
Oh,
the
yeah.
job done.
Yep. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the time flies. 10
When you're
years-
having fun.
Yeah. When you have fun. Some days it's not as fun, right?
Right.
Because you got to do stuff that you may not want to do.
Yeah.
But you know what? You got to do it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, if I've been told I got to go pick up this certain load, I can't shove it off to somebody else. Like, well, I'm not going to do it because I'm, going to be a crybaby about it. No. You just lace up your boots and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Get
And
it
once you're done, you're usually like, oh, that wasn't too bad, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what I find. Like sometimes you know something you really want to do, and then but once you're done with it, and then you're like, oh,
Oh yeah.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, what motivates you to come to work every day?
So that I can eat.
That's a good motivator.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's good people to work with here. I love coming to work. Yeah. I there's some days probably not so much, but everybody goes through ups and downs in life, right? So no, I love coming to work here because it's a great bunch of people to work with.
Yeah.
So that's always been a bonus.
Okay.
And plus, it keeps the roof over my head. You know.
Yeah, that's a good bonus.
Yeah. So if a person doesn't like their job, and it's not so pleasant coming to work, then right?
That's right.
Yeah, I enjoy it because I like the people here. It's great, and my job too. I like my job. If I didn't like my job, I wouldn't be here, right? So it's good. I have no complaints in that area. Some people, you know, it's different, but
Yeah. Well, I'll try not to get on your bad side.
yeah, right. I'm easygoing.
I know you're very easygoing.
Yeah,
You're a delight.
a delight. Oh, nice, very nice.
What advice would you have for young people going into the industry? Like you said, you started young.
Yeah, I started in my 20s. I would just say, be careful. Do some homework on being a truck driver because it's not what it was when I started all those years ago. It's very different. You have there's a lot more trucks on the road nowadays,
Right.
and you have to be I think even more extremely more careful when you're on the road. There's drivers out there that are not, let's say, they're not properly educated and how rules work in Canada, and it causes a lot of grief on the road, and you have to be super careful when you're driving. And yes, it's fun driving a truck and everything,
Yeah.
but is it what you really want? Because it comes with a lot of different things in life.
Yeah.
Like you can be gone if you're a long distance driver, right? You got to be long. You can be gone for a couple of weeks, a month, maybe even,
Yeah.
right? So is that what you want in life, right? Be careful what you choose. You know, if you want to do like local stuff, just get hired on as a city driver, let's say, and stuff like that, right? And not all this is made for. I've seen people come and go, and it's like, well, it's not for me. Like they, because sometimes you got to climb up on those loads, with safety in mind, tarp loads or whatever. There can be some ugly loads out there,
Yeah.
and some people, it's a lot of work, right?
Yes.
So I think that the young, whoever comes in, they be careful what you choose, or ask around, like the people that have been in the trucking for years, right? Ask questions as many as you can, because then you have a way better idea of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Somebody could say, well, just go drive a truck. It's great.
It's easy.
Sure. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Totally.
There's this saying where they, if you want to build a tower, a wise man, if you want to build a tower, a wise man would first do the calculation, see if he can afford to build a tower, then go
Yeah.
go ahead with it, right? Like this is a similar idea, right?
Sure.
It's a big investment nowadays.
It is.
It costs a lot of money too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
And if you do it for a long run,
Yep.
well, if you find out that you like it and you want to do it for a long run, there's
Yep.
it's a good industry. To
It is
be in.
good, but at the same time, if you're married or you're spouse or girlfriend, are they okay with it?
Yeah.
Because that could cause a lot of problems at home too, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're gone for like a long period of time, right?
Or if you're lucky like me, your wife or girlfriend
Yeah.
or your spouse, they want to drive too. So
That's right.
then it's
That's
fantastic.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Always be together, and
Yep.
the only downside is, look, if you have a fight, you cannot slam the door.
That's right. You
just-
can't leave her on the side of the road either. That just wouldn't
Right.
work. No, that wouldn't work.
That would be bad.
Yeah. That might end right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of hobbies do you have?
I have expensive hobbies.
Oh, those are fun.
They are fun. I don't have anything at the moment, but I'm looking to buy another bike. I had a couple bikes last year, sold them, and I want to purchase another one this year. I love riding bikes, motorcycles, lots of fun, and hot rods too. But they're lots of money, right?
Yeah.
I got to get a second job just to afford that,
Or win the lottery.
or win the lottery. Yeah, And
There's
that
always an option.
Yeah, that's an option. If they would just give me the right ticket. That would help immensely.
Next time you go buy a lottery ticket, tell them to give you the right ticket.
That's right. I keep telling the lady there, and she won't listen to me.
Okay. So motorcycles.
Oh yeah, I love.
So what do you do on a normal day when you can't go riding? Like 6 months, or it feels like 10 months a year. Where
Yeah,
you cannot go
yeah.
in Manitoba.
In the winters,
So what do you do to unwind and relax?
at home, I'll read. Let's say read, or if it's not a cold day, I'll go out and I do like hiking or walking, whatever. Just for exercise, right? Just to keep your body moving, right? Used to do a lot of stuff with the kids, but they're getting older too. But other than that, not a whole lot. Winters I kind of just settle down and do a little bit, spend time with the grandkids and the kids, stuff like
Nice.
that. But
That's fun, right?
But oh yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
What is one thing that people might not have guessed about you?
Well, I don't know. That's a very good question. You got me on the spot here, young. Something they wouldn't know about me.
People that know you or talk to you that don't know you too well, they'd be like, I did not guess that.
Yeah.
That about Will.
No, I'm not a person that would hide much. I'm pretty much open. Like people would know that I'm a kind guy. It takes a lot to get me upset, so nobody know. Like if I get upset, they'll know. They'll know.
Then
right?
it got really bad.
Oh yeah. Then it's gotten to way past to where somebody should have just settled down when they were supposed to.
Yeah.
But I don't get mad.
All right.
It's no. Like I'm a kind of an open, almost like an open book.
Yeah.
I'm maybe too nice sometimes. that can be a problem.
Yes. I figure maybe, something people might not guess about you, like knitting or something.
No such thing. No.
Or what else might there be? I don't know.
Yeah,
Cook.
I don't mind cooking. Learning new stuff to cook. Oh yeah, that's
yeah?
great. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah. Good food.
What is one of some of your favorite foods that you cook?
I like. Oh boy, there's all sorts. I like Mexican food. It's great. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Spicy a little bit. Oh man, so
Or
good.
spicy a lot, depending on the day.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. And I like. Excuse me. Like anything else, like mashed potatoes, meatballs. Oh yeah, it's all good stuff.
Do you barbecue?
And barbecue. Oh yeah, barbecue's in there. Oh yeah, that's definitely in there. Yeah, it's great. Some good steaks.
Oh,
Young.
never go wrong with that, right?
It's very good.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
All right, that's it for my questions. Anything
All right.
you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
It's been a blast working for Keystone. I'll tell you. Like now with the new company taking over, there's still some things that we all have to work out as a company because we don't know where everything's going to be standing, right?
Right.
But it'll be good.
Yeah.
We just got to wait for everything to fall into place and
Yeah.
then just go with the flow.
Yeah. Norm built a great organization
Oh,
here, so
fantastic.
it's up to us now
Yeah.
to step up and
Yep.
continue that legacy.
Continue it, yeah. Oh, 100%, yeah.
We could easily go like down the route where like, oh, Norman's not here anymore to lead us, but
Yeah.
and it's always like that because we don't live forever. Like
That's right,
We
yeah.
leave legacies, and you hope that the next generation picks up the torch.
Well,
and
let's hope,
continues,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, let's hope, yeah, for
So,
sure.
I feel like between all of us, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can.
Oh, yeah, we could, yes.
We can,
Absolutely.
we can overshoot that.
That's right.
idea.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Oh, no problem.
Happy something.
Happy something. Friday.
Happy windy day.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy Manitoba day.
Exactly,
All
right?
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
See ya. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.